Just a quick message. This clip you're about to watch on my Stop Retiring Wrong channel are my words and books and educational events, but they're filtered through AI. But I am real, and my clients and their issues are very real, and my research is not AI. And I want to be very transparent with you as you take advantage of this only psychotherapist curated tool available that intersects fulfillment and finances and reframes the second half of your life into something that truly our parents and our grandparents never could even have imagined. So congratulations.
The first 6 months after retirement, no one prepares you for. The transition nobody talks about. Before we dive into this map of the first 6 months, I have an important disclosure. I am a licensed therapist. Any stories, examples, or scenarios shared in this video are generalized or composite representations designed to protect privacy and confidentiality. They are not intended to depict any specific client or individual. This content is for educational and informational purposes only and explores common psychological and life challenges associated with retirement. As a mental health professional, I adhere to all ethical and legal standards regarding confidentiality. This content is not intended as individualized mental health, legal, or financial advice. Here's the thing most people don't understand about retirement. It's not a destination, it's a transition. And all transitions have a psychological cost, even when they're positive. Retirement removes, almost overnight, 4 things that your mind and body relied on for decades: structure, identity, purpose, and community. That's not a small thing. That's the entire operating system of your adult life unplugged. And yet the conversation around retirement is almost entirely about the financial side. Nobody sits you down and says, by the way, the first 6 months are going to be one of the most psychologically demanding periods of your adult life. And here's a map. That's what this video is. A map built from clinical experience and real conversations with real people who went through it, some gracefully, some not, and came out the other side. Let's go through it. Part 1 the 6 phases, month by month, what's actually happening. Phase 1, the exhale. This is the honeymoon. You've crossed the finish line. The pressure lifts. Sleep improves. You feel lighter than you have in years. You wonder why you didn't do this sooner. This phase is real. Enjoy it. You earned it. But understand what it is. It's the nervous system decompressing after years of sustained output. It's a relief. It's not yet the rest of your life. Phase 2, the quiet disorientation, weeks 3-6. This is where it starts. The honeymoon fades not dramatically, just quietly. You start noticing that mornings feel unanchored, that you're not sure what day it is, that you've watched more television in the past 2 weeks than the past 2 years, and you're not sure how that happened. This is disorientation, and it catches almost everyone off guard because it doesn't feel like distress. One client described it to me this way. It was like being on a ship that had left the dock but hadn't set a course yet. Not sinking, just floating. Clinically, what's happening is that the brain is losing the external cues it used to organize time and energy. Without those cues, it struggles to produce the motivation and focus it once had on autopilot. This is normal, but it requires a response, not just more time. Phase 3, the identity question, 2. Around month 2, something more specific tends to surface. You're at a dinner party. Someone asks what you do, and for the first time in 30 years, you hesitate. I'm retired doesn't feel like an answer. It feels like an ending. And suddenly you realize, for most of your adult life, your job was your answer to that question. It was the shorthand for who you were. Now the shorthand is gone. I call this the identity question, and it's one of the most unsettling moments in the early retirement transition, precisely because it arrives in ordinary social situations when you're least prepared for it. High achievers feel this acutely, because for driven people, the career wasn't just a job. It was a calling. It was how they explained themselves to the world and to themselves. The work we need to do here isn't to find a new label. It's to build a new answer, one that's truer, Actually, because it doesn't depend on a title someone else assigned you. Phase 4, the social erosion, months 2-3. This one is painful and almost nobody sees it coming. The colleagues you spent more waking hours with than your own family, they're still at work, still in the building. Life kept moving for them the moment you walked out. You might exchange a few messages in the first weeks, maybe lunch once, and then gradually, without anyone meaning any harm, the contact thins out. Because the relationship was built on proximity and shared context. Remove those two things, and most professional friendships don't survive. Not out of cruelty, just out of the natural mechanics of how those relationships were built. For men especially, and research consistently confirms, this work is often the primary source of adult social connection outside of marriage. When it disappears, the social landscape can become startlingly sparse. This is the phase where isolation can quietly set in. Not dramatically, just a slow narrowing of the social world that, if left unaddressed, accelerates in the months and years ahead. The response isn't to grieve the professional relationships. It's to start intentionally building new ones in communities that exist because of shared interest, not shared office space. Phase 5, the reckoning. Months 3-5. This is the hardest phase, and it's the one I most want you to be prepared for. By month 3 or 4, the novelty of freedom has worn off. The leisure activities that felt exciting have become routine. And for many people, particularly those who were highly driven in their careers, a deeper question starts to surface. Was that it? Not asked with ingratitude, asked with genuine confusion. Because you expected retirement to feel like arrival, like a reward. And instead, it feels like a question mark. There's a cognitive bias I write about in my book called the arrival fallacy, the belief that the destination delivers the fulfillment, that once you get there, happiness follows automatically. It doesn't. And the realization that it doesn't, that you still have to build something meaningful even now, can feel like a profound loss. But here's what I've seen consistently. This reckoning, as hard as it is also the turning point. It's the moment when people stop waiting for retirement to feel right and start designing it to feel right. The people who come through this phase well are not the ones who avoid it. They're the ones who face the question honestly and then get to work on the answer. Phase 6, the rebuilding months 5, 6, and beyond. This is where things start to shift for the people who do the work. Not dramatically, not overnight, but slowly a new structure starts to form, a new rhythm, a new sense of who you are and what you're here for in this chapter. Maybe it's a project you've started, a community you've joined, a skill you're building, a person you're mentoring. This is the beginning of what I call Life 2.0. Not a consolation prize for the career that ended, a genuinely new chapter designed intentionally on your terms with the wisdom and freedom that only comes from having done the hard work of the first 5 phases. It doesn't arrive on its own. But when it arrives because you built it, is more solid and more satisfying than the honeymoon of phase 1. Because it's not a relief. It's purpose. Part 2 edits what to do right now. 3 things that actually help. Whether you're in month 1 or month 5, here's what moves the needle. 1. Name the phase you're in. Seriously, just naming it helps. When you can say I'm in the disorientation phase instead of something is wrong with me, the experience becomes navigable instead of alarming. You're not broken. You're in a transition. There's a difference. 2. Don't white-knuckle it alone. High achievers are terrible at asking for support because their entire career rewarded self-sufficiency. But the retirement transition is not a performance review. There's no prize for handling it alone. Talk to your spouse. Talk to a therapist. Join a group of people in the same season. The people who navigate this best are almost never the ones who did it in isolation. 3. Start building before the reckoning hits. If you're still working even a year out, start designing the structure, purpose, and community of your retirement now. Don't wait for the finish line. By the time you get there, the architecture should already be under construction. If you're already retired and in the middle of the hard phases, it's not too late. It's just more urgent. Moment of truth. Which phase are you in? I want you to think about that honestly. Are you in the exhale still riding the relief of being done? Are you in the disorientation of drifting without quite knowing why? Are you in the identity questioning, not sure how to answer, so what do you do now? Are you quietly wondering if this is all there is? You are going through a transition that nobody prepared you for, and now, at least, you have a map. Final thought. Thank you for joining me. Just a reminder, the scenarios and phases discussed today are generalized composites to ensure the privacy of those I work with and are intended strictly for educational use. If you are facing a specific mental health, legal, or financial crisis, please consult with a qualified professional in your area. Next video recommendation. When work stops, who are you really? The retirement identity crisis.